Hey guys, I'm Jason Cote, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Endless Esports podcast. I'm here with our special guest, Adam Kudamati, point guard of the Knicks gaming team. Welcome, and thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me. That
Sure.
was a good intro. We worked on that a few times. That
Yeah,
was
I got it down, and we're ready to roll. All right, so first, just give me a little introduction about yourself, your story.
So I'm 20 years old, from Wayne, New Jersey. I moved here about 7th or 8th grade. That's when I met you. Anthony Wayne Middle School in 8th grade, yeah. And then from there we hit it off. I think our first similar interest was we're both Knicks and Jets fans. And it's kind of like a rare combo, right? It's like you get one or the other. Or
Right,
usually
usually
the Knicks, usually the Giants.
The Giants, exactly. Yankees throw in there, and then me, it's, I just get
You like the Mets?
the Mets. I just
you take all the worst teams in New York, and I was like, yo, me too.
Yeah, so we had something to
Hit it
bond
off.
over. We both were able to suffer together.
That's what it was.
Almost.
Yep, so I pretty much developed an interest in just, I guess, the sports world at a young age. And I kind of took that into esports sort of as the years came on, and I was playing a lot of video games, a lot of 2K, a lot of Madden, FIFA, sports games, and that stuff we kind of bonded over too. I got pretty good at a game called NBA 2K.
Of course.
And I ended up creating a YouTube channel, which now has over 300,000 subscribers, and a lot of it was kind of based off of the success of just NBA 2K, and I was creating these entertaining videos that kind of revolved around the game.
Of course.
That sort of blew up, and then eventually there was this league that was introduced called the NBA 2K League, which is the NBA's 4th official league, and it's essentially just a professional league for NBA 2K players. And I figured I would go ahead and shoot my shot at it, big time Knicks guy, and when I heard the Knicks were going to be in on it, I was like, what a cool opportunity to potentially play for my favorite franchise. I kind of knew around the time I was about 10 or 11 years old, I was like, all right, I'm not going to be a pro basketball player, right? So what's the second best thing? It's still working for the team, so I ended up getting drafted to the Knicks. Had a great first season. We won the first ever championship, which was incredible. And here I am now, just kind of in the world of esports, and now you're getting into it. So
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, it's hard when your goal is obviously to be growing up. You want to be in the NBA. Then you realize you never hit 6 foot. You're like, hey, closest
That's
thing.
what it just hits you one day. Just one day you wake up and you're like, this isn't gonna work out.
No, no, I gotta. You're still going for right. You're going for the Knicks logo, the representing that team, just in a different way. But it worked out for you. And you mentioned YouTube. So do you think that helped out you joining the Knicks team, or do you think it was like publicity-wise? Do you think that really affected you, or?
Big time. I mean, I think just the whole idea of bringing influencers in on the league to kind of help promote it, especially in the first season, was important.
Sure, yeah.
I was probably, I think, the only person going into the league that came from that world and kind of had that background, which was great for me because it was just another thing I could kind of add to the resume to show teams why I think they should draft me. But it was the Knicks especially. I was kind of speaking that into existence. It was sort of in the middle of the whole LeVar Ball thing where he was speaking Lonzo into the Lakers into existence. And I was like, you know what, dude, we're gonna replicate this on the East Coast, and it worked out. I mean, I was DMing Jerry Ferrara, who's a big part of our organization, every day, and I was like, dude, I make these YouTube videos, and I've done this, and I have this many views and this many subscribers, and you should draft me because I'm also good at the game and just all this other stuff. So I was consistent, day in and day out, kind of just trying to make it happen. And it ended up, working out the way it did. And I don't think I would have wanted to play for any other team.
Exactly.
So the fact that
well, you mean you got your first season in, you win a ring?
Yeah.
Come on, it doesn't get better than that.
And isn't the coolest thing though? We have a real ring. It's it's insane. Sort of just the progression of esports in that world and just the industry. It's just gotten so big recently.
Yeah. It's been a while since the Knicks have seen a championship ring.
We brought one home. We brought one home in New York. It's been some years, but we got one in our lifetime. So.
All right, so we'll stay on the 2K topic relatively. So what advice would you give someone who wants to enter the 2K League? Just an upcoming gamer, passion for the game, and they want to see themselves in the esports industry, asking for a friend.
Okay, I know a couple people. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just being good at the game. Me, I didn't really have to put in too many hours into it. I just kind of knew basketball from watching it so much and playing it when I was younger.
Right.
That I just happened to become naturally good at the game. And then over making YouTube videos for so much time, I just naturally just got better at it. So eventually there came to a point where, you know, you kind of just, you have to be able to offer multiple things. So I think bringing value and providing value to, you know, whatever it is you want to do in life, but especially in esports is huge. So if you can provide value in terms of, you know, being a streamer or potentially being a YouTuber, but also being good at the game, just is many different things that you can bring to the table. That's like the most important part. And I think at the end of the day too, it's just about being a good person and, you know, just kind of knowing what you want in life and kind of just going after it. And this isn't any different from like any other industry. It's really just about, you know, providing value. And if you do that, I mean, I think they have a good shot at making it in.
Yeah, I 100% agree. So would you say that, you know, YouTube led you to this profession or maybe opened up the door to it?
Yeah, I think so. I just think YouTube is just a great thing for me. Just growing up, I've been doing it for probably like half my life now, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah. I used to remember
20 now.
Bringing the laptop over to my house,
dude,
sitting in the basement, editing videos.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I gotta edit a video. You're like, okay, just come over. I'd have my mom drop me off, bring my laptop. All right, I'm finished. Okay. No, but it's like I had to do that because it was just, I was having so much fun with it, and it was just a great, I mean, I was like 13, 14 years old, and I was like kind of my job. It's like I would go home and I'd make a video, which was like crazy, but it was like, it was just fun for me, and it was cool. And I was like, we were already playing 2K, like our whole friend group, so it was just a thing that I was naturally doing. So why not? You know, why not? You know, just that's like it was a great creative outlet. I was learning how to make videos, how to edit, making money at a young age, kind of learning how to deal with so many different things. So. I think it was just a great introduction into this world, and 2K is like arguably the biggest game in America. So, you know, this league, you know, being announced, and the NBA being fully in on it, you know, it being a split or a joint venture between the NBA and 2K, it's like I already kind of had a background in both. I've worked in the NBA before and I've worked with 2K before, so it got announced and I was like, all right, we can do this. So,
this is your chance.
Yeah, it was a good thing to try. You know, I go to school online at Penn State, so I never got like the campus experience. I never got that sort of, you know, the campus life. So I was like, we're getting housed, you know, we're living in the city. It's like the
you're seeing that lifestyle, like home away from home.
Yeah,
almost.
but like still also like adding in like the work aspect of things. So it's like, yeah, it's like you're learning a lot of things. You're getting so many cool experiences at such a young age, which is great.
Yeah, that's great. So we'll stay on the Knicks gaming topic for a little longer. What would you say your best memory is with them? Besides I know the championship obviously was probably unreal. It's, definitely hard to top. But besides that, maybe that doesn't have to be off the court, but you know, maybe a bonding experience on how you guys gel on and off the court.
Yeah. So I think first and foremost, the championship is hard to top. In terms of like a personal memory, there was this tournament right before the championship called the Ticket, which was essentially what it, you know, how it sounds is what it was. It was your ticket into the playoffs if you won it. We were like one of the worst teams in the league at the time, and then I switched positions essentially, and I kind of took on a new play style where I was more of a scorer. And if we won that tournament, we went from being one of the worst teams in the league to taking someone's playoff spot, jumping in, you know, the Osprey championship, and we won the entire tournament. I won MVP for it, and that finals game was against the Celtics, which, you know, the Knicks-Celtics rivalry is very much a real thing. So just having that opportunity to kind of take that into the digital realm a little bit. I was gonna say
the virtual world.
Yeah, just it was such a cool atmosphere, and the environment was unreal. We played in New York City at this like, live studio that you've been to sometimes, and you know the crowd is like when it gets into it, it gets super fun and serious. So that was just a great personal memory. We won MVP. Won the whole thing, and you know that kind of helped set up the rest of our season, which was great. Yeah,
that's great. So, you know how so each 2K basically over the years is going to be different. So you got to adapt to the game. You got to 2K19, and you know we were talking about it before, the defensive wise. 2K18 might have been offensive wise. So, what would you say your favorite and the game where you spent the most time and had the most fun on? Which one?
Probably 2K16. 16. I thought NBA 2K16
we had a lot of good runs.
That's what it was. We played a lot together that year. It was like one of the best years I think for the game. It was just so fun. It was so open, and there was so much stuff to do. And I think 2K has just done a great job of kind of being culturally relevant. And that game especially just felt like everyone was playing. It's like everyone knew what 2K was. Yeah, it was it was the culture. If I remember correctly, we snapped a 76-game win streak on the park. Light flex for the podcast.
Just 76 games. These guys are probably on for, what did they say, 8 hours?
It might have took us a few times.
Yeah, no one saw that part, but we beat them.
It's on YouTube. You can actually go watch it.
Yeah, go share the video.
Our Will Mike Fans was on it too. Come on.
That kid Kuda. Yeah. Subscribe. So let's jump in more into your real life. So you mentioned before you take online classes at Penn State, which is awesome. You know, you see a lot of guys who are in the esports industry. It's hard to manage both, to balance both your school aspects and your work aspects. So we understand that you do both, and really impressive. So you want to touch on that a little bit?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's just education is just kind of like a priority of mine in life, and it's something that kind of my parents instilled in me. So my mom made it very clear that if I was to pursue or continue pursuing, endeavors in like the entertainment industry and in YouTube or whatever it is I wanted to do, that education still had to be a priority. So it turns out Penn State offers one of their campuses called the World Campus, and essentially for people who are, either working or, who just can't attend one of the full-time campuses. Right. It's just an online version of school, and for me, it was just perfect because I can, go to a very acclaimed university and kind of, establish that connection, but also still focus on stuff that I've been working on for like 8-9 years at that point, right? So it's like I didn't just want to throw it all away. It's like I've been working on building a brand for so long that I told my mom, I was like, okay, I need to still be able to maintain it. So it was just a great way for me to still be able to make videos, still continue that aspect of my career, but also gain education. I'm just finished junior year.
How great is that? It shows your time management skills.
Almost done, yeah.
So, that's awesome. But let's get into a little more, maybe fun topics. What would you say your favorite artist is, along with your favorite album?
Okay. So I think we have like pretty similar tastes.
Very similar.
So you could probably guess my answer, but
let me try to guess it first.
Okay, music.
Music. So artist Drake.
Drake. Yeah. Very close second for like The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
And then third is
Travis.
J. Cole. Yeah. Close.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I think that's just like my big three. It's like.
But lately, J. Cole's been putting out nothing.
I know, and then you're right. You're not wrong. I think for me though, it's like Drake is like easily number one, and then 2 and 3 is always just gonna be a toss up between The Weeknd and Cole.
I'm definitely with you on the Weeknd one.
Yeah.
The third one I'm gonna have to, for me personally, is swap in Tiller.
Fast. Okay.
But
I'm not mad at that. I haven't heard from Tiller in a while though too.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Anyway, so favorite artist, I'm going Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Album.
Specific album?
Okay, I'm gonna guess probably More Life. No. What is it?
Nothing Was the Same.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was.
I mean, it's not a bad guess.
No, I probably should have guessed that.
I thought all of his projects are great, but I think Nothing Was the Same. If I had to choose one, it's probably my favorite.
Yeah. No. That's definitely a good call. All right. TV show you're currently watching. I have something to touch on. But tell me your TV show first.
Okay, currently watching or like favorite?
Go your favorite one, because I know what you're going to say.
Okay, favorite one's Game of Thrones.
Which he put me on, sadly.
Sadly, because the ending was very, very clear about the ending. It was
I was late to the party.
I wasn't a fan of the ending, by any means. But it's fine, because the first 7 seasons were spectacular. So,
but I didn't watch the first 7 seasons.
Yeah, what did you do? You said you watched like a recap?
Yeah,
like a
there was some summaries on YouTube.
That's actually more impressive, I think, than binging the show. Just sitting there,
just
watching someone explain 7 seasons worth in an hour.
It was a lot to grasp, but none of it was worth it because of the ending.
I'm mad.
I was so upset.
I'm mad you actually the parts you chose to watch were probably the worst parts of the show. you chose to dial in on the worst episodes.
Yeah, no, but that's not. I guess it's my fault because
it's definitely your fault.
It's definitely my fault, but I can't even imagine for someone who's a diehard fan to go through the whole entire season for that ending, and I was pissed, and I only saw summaries and saw that ending. Very upset.
It wasn't fun.
But you said you're starting a new episode or a new season?
The new show. I just finished it. Well, Game of Thrones obviously just finished. That was definitely my favorite. I love Entourage, obviously our boy Jerry Frost, shout out Jerry. And then also Stranger Things. I think that's my big 3 probably of TV shows.
Right.
I'm watching The Society right now on Netflix. If anyone is interested in it, I just recommend it to you.
Right.
Great watch. I'm not done with it yet.
Might have to give it a try.
Solid so far. I love TV, so it's whenever I find a good show.
Stranger Things is a great one.
I'm a big.
They're coming out with the new season, I think.
Next month, I think.
Is it next month?
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, that's big. That's definitely big. So right now you're living in you're living in Jersey City.
Yep.
But you're kind of getting the New York City lifestyle because you're so close. You're on the path over each one. How do you like commuting to the city? And then also, you have a house in Wayne, which is my hometown as well. So how do you like, going back and forth between Jersey City, New York City, Wayne? How's the lifestyle different for you?
Yeah, it was definitely an adjustment at first, just kind of being thrown into a big city. I was 19 when the league first started, so it's kind of, you're just moving into New York essentially. And you're taking the subway and you're taking the PATH train and you're learning all these streets and all these avenues and the different boroughs, and it was really like overwhelming at first. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like I don't know if it's something you can relate to, but I feel like growing up so close to New York, you almost don't go as a kid. It's like I'd be like, yo, mom, we should go to the city. She's like, what are you gonna do in New York?
Yeah, right. It's not really like a
it seemed
landmark.
cool. Yes, you didn't go too much. It's like New York is just like felt like Jersey almost. That's what you thought it was.
For the kids across the country, they're excited to go.
Exactly. Around the world, it's like New York's like this big thing, but it's like growing up so close to it, we kind of took it for granted almost. But now that I'm essentially living there and working there every day, it's super fun. It's probably my favorite city that I've been to.
Right.
And you know, just getting a chance to live there. It's just, I don't know, it's really great. There's so much opportunity, so many people you meet, so many cool things to do on like a daily basis. So I personally love it. Wayne is cool. It's like I totally, you know, if like a suburban town, it's great. I love a big city, so New York definitely has my heart at the moment. Also love LA too, so I don't know where I'm gonna be long term, but I like New York for now.
All right. Yeah. Well, LA next year.
LA, we've been talking about it. Yeah, maybe next year.
All right. So now we're gonna hop into just fun rapid fire questions.
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna ask you comical questions. They're gonna be quick.
Edge of my seat for this
Yeah.
one.
Just don't even think about it. Just whatever comes to your mind right away. Just shoot it right back at me.
I'll
All
try
right.
it.
Ready? What is your go-to order at your favorite hometown restaurant?
Whoa. All right. Okay. We don't have like. Give me a hometown restaurant. 'Cause I feel like what can we?
Doesn't have to be hometown. We'll go general area that's close enough for us to go to.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Cafe L'Amore, Oakland. Right. Best Italian restaurant I've ever been to. Family, friends.
Highly recommend.
Chicken franchise over penne with shrimp. Every
If you could have dinner
Uh-oh.
with anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
That's a great question. Anyone in the world, who would it be? Drake.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I think he would just be so cool. Like so many stories you can probably hear from him, and just so much insight.
Over any athlete, over Steph Curry?
I mean, what are you just gonna throw all my favorite people?
I mean,
can't,
the way I thought
if
of
I
it,
had to pick,
the way I thought of it was Steph, and if Aisha's cooking for us, she's already.
Wow. So
Listen,
you're not even going out. You're just like going
I mean,
over his house.
it says have dinner.
Yeah,
so we don't have to go out to dinner.
Okay.
So how cool would it be if Aisha?
I mean, you're not wrong. Like, I love
cooked?
Steph. I'm a big Steph guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Drake. I think Drake Drake's sort of like Drake can give you like the sports side of things. Like he's so involved in like the sports world, and he comes from music, but he also has done acting. I don't know. I think he's like a businessman. I mean, I think you can learn so much from Drake.
Yeah. No, definitely. My favorite question: how many fourth graders could you take on at once?
How many?
Remember, the setting is in a schoolyard, so you can use the weapons you can use have to be within the schoolyard.
Weapons for any.
Well, you can use weapons, like you can use like the chain of a swing.
How many fourth graders can I take on at once?
At once. So you're in a playground, you're outside for recess, you walk onto the basketball concrete, the court, and a field full of fourth graders. How many are you taking on before they begin to take you down and use the tap out?
All right. Well, just making sure we provide the proper context here. Today's fourth graders are different. Dude. Like they're different.
They're
like,
eating different.
I don't know what they're eating. I don't know what's in the water these days. But like these fourth graders today, like my little brother was a fourth grader not too long ago, right? So it's like, I kind of know.
Shout out Rock.
Yeah. I mean, oh my God, how many can I take on? I'm trying to think. What's something I can use from a school playground? I feel we didn't have much.
Well, I mentioned before like a chain.
A chain.
A swing, like the swings are attached to chains.
Okay,
you take that down.
That's not a bad idea on a swing, and then you kind of just like swing and kick. Like as like each.
Oh, I was thinking you actually remove the chain.
Oh, and you're
off the.
That's your like
off
defense.
the swing set, and that's almost like a rope.
Oh.
And just start.
All right. In that case, in that case, I think a pretty good amount. I don't know if I could put a number on it, but like.
No, you have to put a number on it.
How many fourth graders?
How many fourth graders?
How many fourth graders are we talking in the grade?
Just 200 in the grade. How many of the 200? Because you're not going over 200.
Yeah, no, you're right. I got a good like 63 in me.
You can fight off 63 fourth grade.
Yeah,
are you going to use the chain?
If it comes to it, yeah.
But for now, you're just going to use fists.
Yeah.
If you were to get rid of one state in the U.S., what would it be?
One state in the U.S. All right. No offense.
Don't say Jersey.
I'm not going to say Jersey.
Okay.
No offense, but like, I don't know, like North Dakota.
All right, make it a relevant state.
A relevant state?
Not North Dakota.
So I was
going to
say,
Dakota,
what are you going to do in
Wyoming?
like,
no,
Iowa?
Make it a state that you're going to be like, oh, wow. Like, that's gone, but I had to choose that.
Okay. Ohio.
Ohio. Who would want to live in Ohio?
I don't know, but I've been in Cleveland once before, and it was terrible. And I haven't been to the greater part of Ohio, but Cleveland.
I don't think anybody wants to go to Ohio.
Let's get rid of it. Send them off.
But you won't be upset about that one.
Am I supposed to be upset
You're
about
not
it?
supposed to be upset, but you're kind of like thinking like, oh wow, like I was gonna go there, but I got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
By the way, while we're on the Ohio topic, I saw a question on Twitter where it was, would you take $100 million
Yeah.
and never be able to leave the state of Ohio?
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't take the $100 million?
No.
Yeah, that would be a little ridiculous.
I mean, I'll make it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or maybe never make it,
I
but
agree.
still not have to live in Ohio.
Just never leave
Yeah,
the
and
border.
I feel bad because I definitely know some people from Ohio, and they say they loved it, but it's like, I don't know. I did Cleveland. I told you, it's like Cap. I've been to Cleveland once, and it might have been the worst city I've been to.
Yeah, it's bad. I had a basketball tournament there, and I could not wait to leave.
Yeah, couldn't wait to get out.
So what's your state though? Besides Ohio, I guess.
I'm trying to think. Maybe like oh, yikes. Oh, I almost just said Pennsylvania, but I just realized I go to school in Pennsylvania technically. So.
Well, technically, if you get rid of it, you're still taking the classes.
You're right. All right, Pennsylvania. I don't know. I've been there a couple of times. I wasn't like overwhelmed by it. It's just like
it's kind of
a lot of
land.
Lot
Yeah,
of land.
exactly. Boring.
Let's go to Pennsylvania.
Goodbye, Pennsylvania. Penn State, sorry.
See you later.
I'm going to continue taking classes online.
Well, it's not going to be New York. It's not going to be California. It's not going to be Florida. Those are like my 3 big states. So
Texas? Oh, you've never been to Texas?
Never been to Texas. So.
All right, so Pennsylvania's gone.
Pennsylvania.
Peace.
Out of here.
All right, ready? This was my favorite question, and I'm curious to how you answer it because you live there. Estimate how many windows are in New York City. I'll be very impressed if you can come up with a number to relatively close.
Like even remotely close.
Yeah.
I'll go with $1 trillion.
Honestly, you're probably pretty close. So just to put it in perspective.
Is there a number on it? Like
there's not a number, but the estimate. So there is a number for this. There is 52.3 million windows just counting public transportation.
52.3 million.
Yeah.
That's like a rough estimate?
That's just like, so that could be cabs, that could be.
So of just public transportation.
Public transportation.
That's no housing, that's
no housing, no buildings, no
complexes.
apartments, no offices.
Jeez.
So you're probably honestly,
dude, I was
gonna say like 500 billion. You're probably close to trillion at that point.
That's like, New York is just so overpopulated. There's like, you can't walk anywhere without like.
Oh yeah.
A building of some sort. There's got to be windows. There's got to be a lot of windows.
Yeah, the office buildings, like, come on. How many does Empire State have? Oh my gosh.
Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun with our very first guest, and stay tuned for the next guest. These will be available on YouTube and also on our Instagram page. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys soon.